Hello everyone, welcome back to Wrath of Math. I'm your host, Sean E, and in today's video we'll be going over how to find the magnitude of a vector. Remember that a vector has both magnitude and direction. Today we're going to find the magnitude of vectors. Let's say we have some vector, we'll call it v in component form, and it has components a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, all the way up to a sub n. Some amount of components in this vector. Doesn't really matter. To find the magnitude of this vector, all you have to do is take the square root of the sum of the squares of the component. So this is the magnitude of our vector v is equal to the square root. I'm going to extend the square root once I write out what's under it. a1 squared plus a2 squared plus a3 squared, and so on, all the way up to the square of the last component. Of course, if you're trying to find magnitude of a vector, you're probably going to usually be working in 2 or 3 dimensions, but this is just the generic representation. It works for any dimension of vector. All you have to do is take the square root of the sum of the squares of the components. It's really just the distance formula, which is really just the Pythagorean theorem. So let's say we have some vector that's got components of 4, 3. Let's say that's our vector. So, if this was our xy plane, the vector would look something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Shoddy job, but just giving you some idea, looks something like that. The magnitude of this vector is the square root of the sum of the squares of these two components. So that's the square root of 4 squared plus 3 squared, which of course is equal to the square root of 16 plus 9, which is equal to the square root of 25, which is equal to 5. It could also be negative 5, and when we're measuring the magnitude of a vector, a negative number does sometimes make sense. But in this case, we've got positive 5. The vector's pointing in a positive direction. So that is our magnitude, and that's all there is to it. You take the components, square them, add them together, and then take the square root of that number, and that is how you find the magnitude of a vector. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video helped you understand how to do this process of calculating magnitudes of vectors. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you need anything clarified, or if you have any other video requests. I'll see you next time, and be sure to subscribe for the swankiest math videos on the internet.
I can hear your voice from all the way up here, dear. Won't you please come to me? You'll love it up here, dear. There's a light where I float that erases all black. It makes everything